All right. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday. Oh, my goodness gracious me. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to enjoy the week, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start your day off. Wow. We're here today, right here on the Frauditor Follies YouTube channel. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, right here, right now. We are live. Not my crap. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Great to see you on this beautiful Monday morning. Oh, my goodness gracious me. And is it crappy and raining outside or what? Oh, my goodness gracious me. Well, I'm happy to be here, and I hope you guys are too. Thank you for joining us. As always, great to see so many beautiful people here. Let's see who's here today. Ladies and gentlemen, Jason D was first. So, Jason, you're going to get the first happy dance of the day. Here you go, buddy. All right. Yes, thank you so much. That's right. Every day and every night. Well, you know that it's all right, baby. King Stu 2000 is here. Good morning, all. Good morning, King Stu. Welcome to the show. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, Little Chihuahua Big World is here. Let me tell you something, guys. For those of you who didn't see it, Little Chihuahua was my guest on the Snafu this Saturday. And while we were on the air, she was talking about how she's been thinking about changing the channel name from Little Chihuahua Big World to something else, because the algorithm search results and stuff, when you type in Little Chihuahua Big World, the way YouTube works, you get anything having to do with chihuahuas or dogs or little world into it. It doesn't work being able to find it. So she wants to change the name. So she was asking for suggestions from the audience, and we got a ton. So what we decided to do, we discussed it, and what we came up with this idea of doing sort of like an elimination style tournament. What I'll do is I'll make some polls with because you can only put 4 options in a poll, right? So I'll do 4 names. You guys vote. Whichever one wins, we'll move on to the next bracket, the next 4, and so on and so on and so on until there's 1 left. And then, of course, ultimately, it's up to her to decide which one she's going to use. It's her channel. But we thought this would be a fun way to get some audience engagement and to give you guys something to do. And as a matter of fact, while we're here and I'm talking about it, I got the first poll up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and launch it right now. This is voting for ideas of, again, Little Chihuahua wants to change her channel name. This is voting for which of these 4 suggestions you like the most. And again, this isn't necessarily the one. This will be the one. The winner will move on to the next bracket against the winner of the next 4 and so on and so forth. Boom. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this parted. All right. Little Chihuahua Big World name change ideas. Little Chihuahua Big Adventures. The Chihuahua News Network. News Now Chihuahua. Or Chihuahua Frauditors Hunter. Chihuahua Frauditors Hunter. Okay. All right. So far, News Now Chihuahua is in the lead with 67% of the vote. All right, guys. We'll keep that going for a while I do my greetings. Let's see. Griffey's here. Yes. Jason, wow, we beat Greg. All right. Jason and Kings too. It looks like, well, I don't even see Greg yet, do I? No. I don't know. I see Highway Star. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning here in Lubbock, Texas. Time for the temperature check. 58 degrees, partly cloudy. Oh, my goodness gracious me. The birthplace of the one and only. I love you, Peggy Sue. Peggy Sue, Peggy. My Peggy Sue. What I want you is I love you, Peggy Sue. Buddy Holly, ladies and gentlemen. Jaime Palmetto Bay. There's no need to fear. Hezokuai and Jaime Palmetto Bay is here. Good morning, Your Honor. Jaime Palmetto Bay appearing on behalf of YouTube. All right, great to see you as always. There's Greg Jonick. All right, good morning, Little Chihuahua Big World. Good morning to you, Greg. Let's see who else is here. Highway Star, Greg Jonick, Jaime, Greg Griffey. Yeah, that's right. I think I said hello earlier, but hello again. All right, welcome to the show. All right. Hi, mate. My little Aussie mate. How you doing, buddy? I'm a Joey Roy. All right. Good boy. Without the voice changer, it's never the same, but I still got him. All right, let's see. Little Chihuahua, Highway Star, Jason D. I nuked my channel. Good evening, all. Good evening, Nuke. If you're who I think you are, man, that's why we don't ever even talk about that stuff on this channel at all, because things like that happen. If you're who I think you are, then you know what I'm talking about. All right. I nuked my channel, Highway Star. Stefan St. German, what's up? How you doing? Hello. All right. Stefan, Greg, Donna Ray is here. Good morning, Chad. Good morning to you, Donna. All right, great to see you, as always. All right. Who else is here? Let's see. Who's here? Jason Gutterman. He's in the gutter, man. Hey, Mr. Thomas. All right, good morning, Hez. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to you too, sir. All right. Griffey, Highway Star, Jason D. I made it back just in time. That's right. Let's see. Methodist Dave is in the house. What's up? Good morning, Rash family. Grr, big hugs. That's what I'm talking about. I know you know, and that you're right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, so that being said, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you all here today. Hip, 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 hooray. It's Monday, ladies and gentlemen, and oh my goodness, what a weekend. First of all, apparently, and we'll cover all this stuff, except for there's one thing I'm not going to play any videos. Oh, maybe Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. Because here's the thing, man. I'm always. I always don't want to like go playing chili videos because everyone's so sick and tired of seeing chili all the time. So I don't plan on playing it, but I got to talk about it because we talk about how we're more news channels than these journalists. And the fact that he's been making these phone calls from prison. And you know, when you're a prisoner and you make a phone call, it's no secret that all your phone calls are recorded while you're in prison. And he's making threats to the judge. And they got it all on tape. This guy, I think it almost makes me think that his true goal in all this from day one has been to get locked up. And now that he's there, he's going to do everything he can to make sure he stays in the dungeon. How dumb can you be? Anyway, that's all. I'm going to drink my coffee, man. There's another thing that happened to me just over the weekend. So far since I've been living here, I've walked to a bunch of different places because I walk everywhere out here now. And I found like if I go that way, there's like, I know what's over there. And if I go that way, I know what's over there. And then over this weekend, I tried that way and that way. So basically, I know what's east, I know what's west. And just over this past weekend, I learned what's north and what's south. And what I realized is there's a freaking Dunkin' Donuts right by my house, baby. I never knew. Oh, man, I was so excited when I saw that. It's right next to a Starbucks. I'm going to Dunkin'. But if I get it, and it's a Dunkin' / Baskin Robbins, so you can get a cappuccino blast when it's real hot out. So yeah, I love the cappuccino blast in summer when it's hot. And what my favorite thing to do is I get a French vanilla cappuccino blast and a French vanilla coffee, hot coffee, and then I when it's really hot outside. And then I drink the crap out of the cappuccino blast until I start getting brain freeze. And then I hit the brain freeze with the hot coffee and it gets rid of it right away. Oh, I love it. Iced cinnamon and vanilla. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's yummy stuff too. Woohoo. All right. Yes. Let's see. McDonald's in Australia make better coffee than Starbucks. Hey, Lisa Alcazar, what's up? Yeah, like I said, Starbucks is a thing that, like, when I have a taste for Starbucks, only Starbucks will do. Like, you can't satiate that taste, that flavor, unless it's Starbucks. But that's an occasional thing for me. Dunkin' Donuts, I drink that. I can drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee every day. Starbucks coffee, I gotta have a taste for it, Roisin says, hi. What's up, Roisin? Great to see you. Starbucks didn't go well in Australia. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Different countries, different areas, different regions of the world, right, have different tastes depending on how they were raised, what they were eating growing up. I mean, think about like in Japan, all of the fast food joints that open out there have to change their menu to fit the taste of the people. And the same thing here. I mean, look at like your authentic, like an authentic Chinese restaurant. Even like the good Chinese restaurants in America are Americanized, because we don't eat like them and they don't eat like us. It's different. And when you go there, like all their McDonald's and everything, there's different stuff on the menu that they don't have here because they have different taste, For example, people in Australia, I think Vegemite tastes good. Times like this is when, like, if I had my soundboard back, it would be perfect. I'd hit the button while I take my sip. But instead, I got to wait till after. Hey, guys, the reason why Starbucks didn't work in Australia is because Australians think Vegemite tastes good. All right. Oh, man. This is a good thing. Hey, Internet Gods here. What's up? Fun fact, egg rolls and fortune cookies are American creation. Exactly. See? Like, when you go to a Chinese restaurant, it's like not even real Chinese food. Let's see. We have a restaurant called Real Mexico. You wouldn't recognize the menu. Exactly. You go into other countries and what they eat there is completely different than what our version of what they eat is, and vice versa. It goes both ways. Oh, dear. Anyway, oh my goodness. So where are we at with our poll for Little Chihuahua's suggestions for her to change her channel name? Right now, News Now Chihuahua is winning. Oh, but it's a tight race between Little Chihuahua Big Adventures and News Now Chihuahua. Oh my goodness gracious me. And the votes just keep coming in. For those of you who missed the very beginning of the show, on Saturday, Little Chihuahua was up here talking about how she wants to change the channel name, and a whole bunch of people gave a whole bunch of suggestions. So her and I got together and discussed it. We decided to do like an elimination tournament type thing. So whichever one you guys vote for here that wins is going to move on to the next bracket, and then I'll do 4 more, whichever one that, and so on and so forth until we get down to the one. And then again, ultimately, it's up to her to decide. She might say, I don't like any of them, but that's how we're going to do it, just for fun and audience engagement and good times for everyone. Let's see. Who knows what the topic of conversation will be here? That's right, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to have a good time, have some fun. Yeah, we make fun of frauditors and sovereign citizens and all that, but we're also a family. We like to hang out, have a conversation, and dagnabbit, like I was saying, I did some exploring over the weekend, and I found that there was a Dunkin' Donuts near my house. I had no idea. I was so happy to find it. What else did I find in the area? Well, I got a lot done this weekend. I really did. Like, even though I'm back in front of the blank wall, this is actually better because now I have a table. I actually went to my storage unit, and I got a table, and I dragged it up the stairs all by myself, and I got it set up. So now I have my computer on the table. And now I have, while I was there, I grabbed a couple more folding chairs. So now I have an actual chair that I can actually sit on at my table with my computer. Oh, it makes all the difference in the world. And then, of course, again, eventually, hopefully, at max 2 months, depending, it's all about money because it's a big trip. But eventually I got to go back to Florida, pick up all my equipment and bring it back here with me. And the only way to do that is drive, because you can't bring all that crap on an airplane. That's why I didn't in the first place. But once I have all my regular equipment back then, I'll have my microphone, I'll have my soundboard, we'll be able to get back into it. But in a way, that's a good thing, because for you guys that are loyal to the show and that are watching all the time, right now you're seeing how like I moved, and it kind of like, may have taken a slight dip in quality, but that's cool, because then when I get all my old equipment back, it's going to be this huge jump, because when I originally did it, it was a slow piecemeal. Like first I got a microphone, then Unclean Hands donated an even better microphone, and then Ray gave me these even better headphones, and then, and on, like all this equipment that either I was getting or that people were donating. I got an actual computer. Like right now I'm just using my laptop. All this really cool stuff, and it made my show quality way better. So now we get to go from where we're at now, which is kind of like zero. And then as soon as I get that stuff back, boom, it's going to go right back to where it was before. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do with the background. I got so many different ideas, but I just started renting this place. I don't want to ruin the walls hanging a bunch of crap on it. So I'm trying to figure, maybe you guys could give me some suggestions, by the way. What is a good way to hang stuff off the wall that I'm not going to ruin these walls? Although that was already here. Oh, no. That's a stain on my computer. I'm looking at myself on the camera, and I see it looks like there's a big hole in the wall right here. And then I touch it, and it's over my hand. I realize, oh, it's on my computer screen. It's dirt. Never mind. But, yeah. Fraudit Follies 2.0. Ooh-wee. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Where are we at? Frauditor Follies 2.0. That's right. It's going to be great. Command straps by 3 minutes. All right. Cool. Oh, 3M. Command straps by 3. Okay. I got you. 3M makes command straps. I will look those up. Thank you very much. Hey, Jersey Fool is here. Yeah. Griffey, Hez, did you find a bed? So what I'm doing right now is today, actually, I ordered on Amazon. I'm getting, because I got the 2 folding chairs that I got from Ray. And I ordered 4 more folding chairs from Amazon. Really good, strong, ones. And like, because the air mattress thing, obviously, those things are not designed to be permanent. I found an affordable, at least for now, to get me by so that I'm not sleeping on the floor, which is what I've been doing. I ordered one of these. It's like memory foam, like a mattress pad, but it's 6 inches thick and it has 5 different layers. Just there's memory foam and then there's gel and then there's blah, blah, blah. And so it's like a bed, but it's definitely going to be a vast improvement from sleeping on the floor. So, and again, the air mattress that Uncle Artie gave me popped. I mean, and Conspiracy Music's here. What's up? Great to see you. Yeah. Conspiracy Music agrees with command strips. All right. So, because I don't want to say anything, Uncle Artie was so generous and so awesome to buy me that air mattress. And it was the best air mattress I ever slept on. I have nothing bad to say about it. But ultimately, air mattresses are not designed to be used full-time by 3 people. Because when my over on the weekends, the kids are here. So, like, we got 3 people sleeping on it. Different people sleeping on it on different times of the day. I was sitting on it to do my show from because I didn't have this table yet. Now that I have this table, I don't have to sit on the edge of the bed to do the show anymore. But that's why when I had the bear stuff behind me was because I was in there sitting on the edge of the bed doing the show. So it popped from just way too much wear and tear for an air mattress. So, that's why I decided I'm going to go for now just with the memory foam, nice thick 6-inch piece of memory foam, so that at least I'm not sleeping on the bare floor. And I got blankets and pillows and all that good stuff. And it'll be way more comfortable and I won't have to worry about it popping or anything like that. So it's all good. Yeah. So for now, I have everything I need to get by until I'm able to get back to Florida. I got my table. I got my little computer here. I got my dolls. I got voodoo. I don't have the voices, but I got a couple sound effects. Let's see. Air mattress for when you want to sleep on the floor, but not right away. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's the problem with an air mattress. You lay on it, and then when you wake up, you're on the ground anyway. But that's the thing. The one that Uncle Artie gave me, I never had that problem with it. It was always perfect and great until it popped. There was no slow. It's just eventually just bam, like a balloon. Anyway, did you ask Hez what he was doing? Everyone keeps asking me that. What was going on when it literally I was just getting into bed. It actually, that's kind of a cool story. And because in a weird way, it was like I went to get on the bed and then I heard the pop because the air was like, poof. But for the first time, and in my head, I saw, like, you ever watch those behind the scenes videos where they're filming a movie or something like that? And you see a guy like jump off the roof of a tall building, and there's like this giant air mattress thing on the ground with a big hole in the side. And as soon as they hit it, all the air comes out. It was like, it was that. That's what it was. I laid down on it and I fell because the air was like, but that air just let me, even though I fell straight through, I felt it like gently lay me down on the ground. It was weird. It was like, oh, so that's what happens when those guys jump on those things and they got the big hole in the side and all the air comes out right away. The air just breaks their fall and makes them go nice and slow and gentle to the ground. It was wild. It was a really wild feeling. Hey, $4.99. We got $5 for Billy Yang. Chili says he's created a new board game about constitutional law. I can't wait not to buy it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the game is called Constitutional Law Scholar. It's a board game that was designed by Chili while he was in jail. You want to make your kids dumber? Buy them this game. Here's your happy dance, Billy. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Yes. Thank you. And that's the other thing, too, to keep in mind. At this point, any donations to the channel, any super chats, any of that, is all going to be money I'm going to use to be able to go back to Florida and get my equipment. My goodness. I got a lot of other stuff over there, too, that I need to pick up besides just my computer equipment, but it'll also help the show. Taipan23 says you should take your spurs off before you go to bed. The problem with that, Taipan, is I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. And when I walk around, everybody knows I'm coming from a mile away. It's so loud and annoying that I keep on destroying my being able to sneak up on everyone. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow did until his spurs made too much noise and woke everybody up. It didn't work. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just said it. What's up, Christopher O'Connor? Good to see you. Jail must be easy for him if he could live stream and grift, right? Oh, no, not Graham from the Graham and Bob show. Chili's new game. Don't go to jail. Do collect $200, right? Chili was promising Constitutional Law Scholar a week or two now. It's the board game. Yeah. It should be spelled B-O-R-E-D. I stole that joke from Norm Macdonald, dang nabbit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Jaime Palmetto Bay with $2. He wants a Tase Zap of Voodoo. Oh, here we go. That's right. I don't have his voice, but I got the tasing sound effect back. So let's go ahead and get some tasings done. What? No, don't tase me, man. Chili's awesome, man. He's great. I'm gonna buy that game. It's a down. Yeah. Well, now you get to hear what the voice sounds like without the voice changer on. That's literally what I do. Thank you so much for the $2, Jaime. All right. Yes. Oh, tickle him. Under the armpits? I don't know. He's a butthole. What do you want? Conspiracy Music with a 15-month membership milestone. You have a blessed day. Duty calls. All right. Take it easy. Thank you for being a member. Here's your happy dance. All right. All right. Yes. Thank you so much. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. Yes, I'm actually reading his book right now. I'm almost done with it. Let's see. He's saying he has Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah. And I think it was Past Unremembered was talking about that. Like, you don't have Stockholm Syndrome. You're realizing that these people that you've been calling soulless pigs all this time are actually humans. Ugh, what a scumbag. Anyway, the only game Chili's been playing is Naked Twisted, and Roy always wins. Oh, my goodness gracious me. You guys are amazing. All right, so let's see where we're at with round one of these Little Chihuahua Big World Change votes. All right, so right now, I think News Now Chihuahua is the clear winner at the moment. All right, so let's go ahead and finalize that one. So, news now. Round one of the Little Chihuahua Big World name change. What the heck? Sorry, my computer just got funky on me. Winner of the round one of the Little Chihuahua Big World name change suggestion is News Now Chihuahua. All right. Round of applause for News Now Chihuahua. Moves on to the second round. All right, News Now Chihuahua. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to play our first video. While that video is playing, I'm going to create the next. Oh, wait a minute. Child in Time with the 2-month membership milestone. 1 month of If Has. Yes. Many, many more to come. That's right, little child. That's right, Highway Star. That's right, Child in Time. Great to have you as a member. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you so much. Yes. All of my Deep Purple subscribers. All right. Edward Catalier, good morning to everyone in the chat. Good morning to you too, sir. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to start the first video of the day. It's going to be a Black Heart Night video. All right. And while this is playing, I will set up the next poll, the next round of the voting for what Little Chihuahua Big World should change her name to. Again, News Now Chihuahua won the first round and moved on to the next bracket. The next 4 options are going to be Frauditor Chihuahua, Frauditor Chihuahua Follies, The Big World Adventures of Little Chihuahua, and The Many Adventures of Little Chihuahua. So we're going to start that in a minute. But first, let's go ahead and start the first video of the day. All right. Computer, cooperate, please. I love you guys. Best fans in the world. You know it. All right. Here you go, guys.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we find ourselves in Oregon with the Sovtard known as Adam Starr. Now, you may remember this guy from this particular video right here where he screams like a banshee after his window goes bye-bye. And yeah, he still hasn't learned anything from that event right there. So much so that he doesn't seem to understand the concept of speeding on the roadways. Yeah, real danger to the society this guy is. So let's go ahead and sit back, relax, and enjoy watching this idiot, well, take another dive.
What leads you to believe I'm engaged in commercial activity?
And what gives you this idea that a commercial reason is the only reason you need for a driver's license to begin with? Because Washington State, just like any other state in the union, has different classifications for their driver's licenses. Everything from a regular driver's license down to commercial. So can you provide that reason right there? Wait a second. Why am I asking him? I know he's a complete idiot. I mean, it's just a thought running through my head, I suppose.
Say anything about commercial activity, I'm stopping you for speeding.
So, is that a crime?
Speeding? No.
Yeah.
Attempt to elude? Yes.
Okay, how can I attempt to elude when I'm not running?
Because
Like,
you're not giving me any driver's license.
what leads you to believe I'm engaged in commercial activity?
Huh?
What leads you to believe I'm engaged in commercial activity?
Okay.
What have I done?
All right, explain it to you.
I'm sorry, officer, but yeah, this guy's brain waved bye-bye to him a long time ago when he fell for all this Sovtard nonsense. So therefore, he doesn't understand the concept of speeding or personal responsibility or anything of that nature. I mean, they're foreign concepts to him. I wonder how he manages to hold a job when he doesn't have any ability for personal responsibility to begin with.
Where did you allegedly see me?
Huh?
Where'd you allegedly see me?
Market Street. I'm trying to catch up to you since Market Street.
Oh, really? BS.
Yeah.
Where?
Did you not see me sitting on the overpass there on Market Street?
You were not.
It was.
So that's why you almost passed me and then decided that you'd stop me. Because you didn't just get directly behind me. So what was it, a call?
Huh?
You get a call from somebody? Oh, so now it's a call. You're lying then.
No. I told you that. I got to that part yet.
You just said somebody called.
Somebody did call.
Okay, so you weren't sitting on an overpass.
So I was sitting there watching for you, and you went by me at 80 miles an hour.
Okay,
That's why I'm stopping.
was I passing someone or what?
Yeah, you're passing everybody.
Okay, so am I not allowed to overtake anybody?
Not at 80 miles an hour.
How do you overtake someone?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe going faster than the other person, or in the case of speeding, going faster than everybody else on the road. But of course, your brain is so filled with lead paint chips that that concept completely escapes you, doesn't it?
Okay, once again, are you going to comply with my lawful request to get out of the vehicle?
I'm trying to understand why I'm under arrest. What crime have I committed? I'd just like to be free to go. Have I committed a crime?
Yeah.
What crime?
I already told you. Let me walk.
Why? I'm trying to get to work. I'm trying to get to work. Are you a sergeant? Are you a sergeant? I want to know why I'm under arrest. I'm trying to get to work.
Well, dude, the timeline of events apparently has already been given to you. Somebody called in a report on some idiot speeding, and this officer happened to see the description of the vehicle on his computer, which fit with the description of your vehicle, and he had to race to catch up with you, and he had to try to pull you over. And when you refused to do so, that became eluding. So he got you for speeding and eluding. So what part of that do you not understand? I mean, has that lead paint just rotted away your ability to reason this kind of thing? I mean, let us know. Please let us know.
Hi, how are you?
I was doing fine until
Can you roll this window down for me?
I can't.
So I'm Lieutenant Zoner with the State Police. Okay, I'm recording our conversation.
Okay.
Are you recording our conversation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So I need you to get out of the truck.
I'd like to know why.
Okay.
I was sick.
I already told you that you were under arrest, correct?
And I signaled to him like 30 times that I'm pulling over somewhere safe. Give me 1 second. There was no exits.
Okay.
Do I have the right to pull over somewhere safe?
Okay, of course you do.
Okay. Why am I under arrest for?
Well, I'll tell you what. If whether you go to jail or not, or get a citation, is up to you. But
that sounds like
at least need you to get out.
That sounds like a threat.
No, it's not a threat.
Well, if I get out, then you're going to arrest me, and I'm not going to be able to go to work.
Okay. Nobody said that. So can you at least just get out of the truck for me?
If I could trust you guys, I would.
Okay. You can trust.
I don't.
You know what? Am I doing anything wrong? No, I'm just trying to have you get out of the truck. So can you get out of the truck?
I don't feel safe getting out of the truck. I need to go to my work.
Okay, what's your name?
I've got tons of tools.
What's your name?
I use the name Adam.
Okay, well, what's your legal name?
I don't understand. What do you mean? What's my legal name?
What is the name
What's
of your
the
driver's license? What is the name on your driver's license?
I don't. If I had a license, would that be me on the license?
Oh no, you're one of those guys. Yeah, you think that the driver's license is your corporate self, and the person on there is not the living self, or something like that? You bonehead. No, that's merely a picture of who you are. It's supposed to be with you at all times when you drive on the roads, when you get pulled over. That way they can identify who you are. I mean, you're making this thing way overcomplicated, dude. I mean, you're just making something out of nothing at this point.
What's your license number?
Again, is that mine?
Okay, you have to show proof of that you're able to drive, right? You have to show identification.
What leads you to believe?
Hold on, this is a lawful traffic
Okay,
stop.
what leads you to believe I'm engaged in commercial activity?
So, okay. Is there anything that I can say that's going to have you get out of the vehicle? Is there anything that I can do right now that will make you get out of the vehicle?
Not take me to jail. I'm trying to get to work.
Okay. So unlock the door so that you can get out of the vehicle. Okay.
I don't trust you guys.
Okay. Hop out of
Dude,
the-
I'm trying to go to work. What is wrong with me going to work?
Okay. You need to get out of the vehicle. Okay.
What have I done wrong? Who did I violate?
You're required to show proof of identification on a lawful traffic stop.
If I'm suspected of a crime,
Dude, how many times can you be wrong in one video, considering that Washington State does require you to present your driver's license upon demand at a traffic stop, according to this statute right here? I mean, do you even bother to read these things? I suppose not. I suppose reading English is not exactly your forte, is it? I mean, you must read fluent Sovtard, which is not exactly a language that'll get you through anything in this country.
right?
Yeah. Can I get your name?
I used the name Adam.
Adam, what's your last name?
What crime do you suspect me of?
Is there anything I can say again that's going to make you get out of the
Articulate a crime?
car? Okay. Sit tight, okay, Adam?
I'm not going anywhere. I'd like to just settle this here.
Adam, check this out, though, man. Okay. Just hear me out. Hear me out.
I'm trying to go to work, dude.
Okay. I understand you're upset. You look
I'm not upset. I'm worried that you guys are going to not let me go to work. I have thousands of dollars of tools on the job. You guys have I don't know how many times.
Well, I haven't.
Hey, Sovtard, if you've had this many encounters with law enforcement, you may want to rethink your strategy and try to figure out why you are being pulled over so much. Maybe it might have something to do with your attitude. It may have something to do with the fact that you fell for this Sovtard belief system. You may want to fix these things before you continuously get pulled over and over and over again. I mean, just a thought, just a suggestion, something you may want to consider.
No, you haven't, but you guys are all. This is insane, dude. I've done nothing wrong.
Okay. It was a traffic stop, right?
And I was trying to stop.
Okay. But we could figure that stuff out.
But we're not. You guys are gonna figure out. You just gotta go to jail.
Not necessarily.
Always, dude. Every time.
I deal with people all the time that I don't.
I'd hope you have some respect for human.
Every time I get pulled over, you guys take me to jail. Because every time you get pulled over, you act like this. How many times have we heard stories of cops pulling people over and they just get a warning? In fact, if you remember, when Ray drove from Oregon to Illinois, they got pulled over twice, and both times they got let off with warnings. So it's not like it's a 1 in a billion thing that never happens. And even if you do get a ticket, you don't go to jail. Now, if you refuse to ID and you refuse to cooperate and you don't have a driver's license and you don't have insurance and you don't have registration and all that, and then you give them a hard time, then they could still write you a bunch of tickets, or depending on how uncooperative you are, you could end up like this guy, getting your window smashed. Okay. I think he likes the internet attention because everybody and their sister covered that video when it first happened. First time this guy got his window smashed, the immortal Schrodinger's cat covered it, and that was it. After that, this guy was all over the internet. So maybe he just likes doing this because he likes the clicks and views. I don't know. Or he drank the Kool-Aid, or both. Oh, man. Anyway, back to the video. Here we go.
Human,
Absolutely, I do.
But
Absolutely.
this is insane, dude. I gestured to him like 30 times. I'm stopping.
Okay, but
And he's trying to arrest me for the one thing I was telling him. I'm pulling over.
okay, but hear me out. Hear me out. We don't even know who you are. Why are you worried about?
He said the name I use.
I heard Adam, right?
I used the name Adam. But he said the name that I use. He knows.
What do you mean the name?
He knows the name I use.
When?
When he walked up to my truck.
Okay. What's your last name, Adam?
I used the name Adam Starr.
Star? S-T-A-R?
2 R's.
2 R's? Okay.
That's the name I use.
Okay. Here's the thing, man, is I don't want things to go worse, and it would be super.
You're telling me I've been violated. I don't know how many times for you guys.
It would be super helpful.
I need my truck. You guys are going to take my truck again. And I don't have the money.
When did this happen last time? How long ago?
Dude, it happens all the time.
Okay.
I don't understand what the you've done.
Okay. Well,
Nobody's even articulated a crime.
I just told you you got pulled over for a traffic violation.
And nobody's articulated a crime that they suspect me of.
Okay. But I think that was already explained that you would stop when somebody was behind you.
Man, you guys are going to do what you're going to do. You're going to fucking shoot me,
Nobody wants to shoot you, dude.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to fucking assault me either last time.
Well, we don't want to assault you either. I mean, it'd be simple and it would solve a lot of issues if you just stepped out of the vehicle. Does that make sense?
You guys are fucking threatening me. I don't feel safe right now.
We're not.
I really don't think you know what the word threat means. I mean, not one of these officers has even attempted to do that. I mean, are you living in some sort of paranoid delusional fantasy land or something like that, Softard? I mean, it sounds like you need a bit of help on the psychological front as well.
Threatening you.
Bullshit. You're all fucking armed.
We're giving you an opportunity.
You guys are threatening me right now.
We're giving you an opportunity to step out of the vehicle. Is what
And then consent to you guys kidnapping me.
we're not kidnapping you.
You are, though.
If you were,
You will.
If you were able to go with the flow, just step out of the.
But that's that's okay. I will get out if you guys are gonna threaten me. If you guys are gonna break my shit and take my shit and assault me, I will get out. You guys are making me nervous. This did not look. The keys are out of the ignition.
The thing
Okay,
is,
I'm not going anywhere, but I'm not going to consent to being kidnapped.
Now, if you could open your door.
I'm not going to consent to being kidnapped.
we're not
I'm not going to consent to being kidnapped. Please, I'd like to be free to go.
You are not free to go.
I'd like to be free to go. What have I done wrong? What did I do?
Wait, open your
The window.
I want you to open your door
Okay.
without.
Wait. This is what you can say. Say, I'm going to break your window and assault you, or consent,
Window,
and you
you're gonna
can
forcibly
let me go with a citation.
Do you understand me? If you do not open your door, we are going to break your window and forcibly remove you. Do you understand that?
Okay, so if I don't get out, okay, then I'm getting out under threat. I'm getting out.
Open
If
your
you guys are, I'm making sure.
window if you
Okay,
open it.
they're breaking my window. They're gonna break my window if I don't get out.
So get out.
I'm getting out. Okay, here. Please, you're breaking, dude. You're fucking twisting my arm. I am so fucking limp. It's not even funny.
You know, it's so amazing that he changed his tune rather rapidly when he managed to get them to say, "I'll break your window if you don't blah blah blah." I mean, it's as if he's trying to entrap them, maybe get some go away money or something like that. Yeah, clever little idiot. Is that what you're trying to do? Is that what you want? Is that how you operate? You're trying to get yourself a lawsuit? Dude, I'm sure a good lawyer could rip you to shreds in court if they saw this footage. I mean, that much is as clear as day right there. Oh boy, you are a freaking moron. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I think. That he was trying to entrap them at this point. Oh, what a moron. So at any rate, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, round of applause for the one and only Black Heart Now. Yes. All right. Nightman's wife, this douche canoe, needs to understand that resistance is futile. That's right. You will be assimilated, pal. Peck is back. What's up? I used to ride an emu to school before the war. Well, yeah, because the emus won, right? So there's no way you're going to be riding them after the war. Yes, Peck. On Saturday, when Little Chihuahua was a guest on the Saturday Night Snafu, Highway Star officially announced his retirement. Congratulations to Highway Star. All right. Great stuff. All right, let's see where we're at right now with the poll. Many adventures Little Chihuahua with 38%, and Frauditor Chihuahua. Oh, they're so close. Oh, I think it's going to be Many Adventures of Little Chihuahua is going to move on to the next round. All right, so let's get that one set up. All right, cool. All right, so now the next one I might adjust a little bit because I still see there are more suggestions coming in from the audience. Thank you guys so much. So let's go ahead and add Highway Star. Now I could live like the dream. All right. What was this suggestion I just read? Let's see. Where was it? I liked My Tiny Life. There we go. We'll put that in there. My Tiny Life. All right. So let's get these. The Many Adventures of Little Chihuahua won that last round and moved on to the next round. So let's see. All right. So first of all, before we move on, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Carrie T's here. What's up, Carrie? Great to see you. Where's it? I pressed it. Where'd it go? There it is. All right. Founder Follies, good morning. Good morning to you too. Let's see. Have you watched Don Moreau's pop culture YouTube channel? Dan Monroe. Not that I remember. No, I don't. I mean, is it cool? I'll check it out. That's a nice blank wall. Do you kids have crayons? I'm going to decorate the wall. I was talking about that earlier. I'm just trying to decide what exactly I want to put up there. What I used to have in my old place, I was thinking about doing here, but I don't know because it's a lot of work because I have to go back to the storage unit and pick them up. And they're extremely heavy. But I used to have my wall decorated with all my albums. I would just have all the album covers, just wallpaper the wall with just album covers. I was thinking of maybe that, or again, maybe going back to the Bears jerseys, or maybe some kind of I have a backdrop of like just skulls. But I'm like, maybe like for Halloween, I could put that up. I don't know. But yeah, I've still got to figure. And I was just talking about it earlier. Like, I don't want to, because I just moved in here. I don't want to mess up these walls. And people were recommending 3M command strips that they don't damage the walls. So I think I'm going to get some of those and then start hanging stuff up and then see where we go from there. I don't know. We'll see. But in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll keep this Movies, Monsters, and Music is the name of the channel. Ooh, that sounds like 3 of my favorite things. Yes, sirree. In fact, here, maybe I can show you guys. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it from here. Oh, you know what I can do? You know what I could do? I could take a picture of it on my phone right now, live, and then show you guys the picture on here. Because I have over there, I have the shelf that I went and grabbed. And I have the stuff lined up on the shelf. Nice. Can I get it to focus? There we go. This is what my other wall looks like at the moment. There you go. I got my DVDs there. I got The Clockwork Orange, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Psycho, the original Frankenstein. I got my Beatles box sets there. I got my Star Wars thing here. You can't really see it in this picture because I didn't open it. My DC comic patch collection. I got a skull there. I got some Lego guy that down there. There we go. Oh, yeah. See, I could really... there's my... The skull is on top of the original Star Wars VHS tapes. The very last original theatrical version that they ever released on VHS. And then, yeah, there's my WrestleMania box set. Frankenstein, Psycho. There's Clockwork Orange. There's the Beatles in mono. And then on top is the Beatles in stereo and a book of all the songs that the Beatles ever wrote for guitar. So, yeah. So that's over there on that wall. But again, that's a shelf. And I tried having that shelf behind me, but it just didn't work. So I'm going to have to go with the wall decorations for this. But yeah, the apartment's starting to come together. It's a slow process, but it is happening. Show the adult movie collection. Those are the ones hidden behind the. Zerzu, if you double, yes. What the man? That's probably your favorite movie if you ask and you say you never heard of it. No, not Ludwig van. Yeah, see, he knows. I can't stand the Beatles. Shaking my head. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Beatles. Like, I know that a lot of people hate them. You know, that's not that. When people tell me they don't like the Beatles, that doesn't surprise me. But my thing is this: if you're gonna make an argument, like, and you want me to take you seriously, like to actually sit and have an intellectual discussion about music. If you're going to make an argument against the Beatles, and again, I'm specifically talking about rock and roll, because if you say like, oh, well, Mozart or Beethoven or whatever, or, you know, Thelonious Monk or John Coltrane, or, obviously that's a completely different thing. But just when we're talking about rock and roll, okay, if you're going to make an argument against the Beatles, I will sit and I will have the discussion with you if somewhere within that discussion you're including either Led Zeppelin or Pink Floyd or The Doors or, you know, Rush, you know, something that's I'll accept. Like, okay, you know what? You don't like these guys because, okay, I can accept that. We can have that discussion. But yes, the Beatles were, I mean, the best description I ever heard of the Beatles was Ozzy Osbourne, right? The guy who invented heavy metal, essentially, right? Black Sabbath, Ozzy Osbourne, right? Saying that for him, it was like the world was a black and white world. And the first time he heard the Beatles was like being introduced to color for the first time. So I love that description. Uncle Artie's Bar Grill of Stupidity's here. What's a Clockwork Orange and who's this Hezokuai guy? The Hezo guy. All right, yes. Let's see. Please tickle that like button. That's right. If you haven't already, yeah. There's a big difference between rock and roll and rock. And you have to listen to Sean, because here's the thing. If you don't understand what his avatar is, that's the album cover for Quicksilver Messenger Service. So if your avatar is a Quicksilver Messenger Service album cover, you know something or another about rock and roll. That's a fact. So definitely take his advice. Lawrence Welk rules. Yes. It wasn't Lawrence Welk, but for some reason I just want to say, oh, tie a yellow ribbon around the oak tree. Was that Lawrence? No, that was not. Sorry. I listen to everything, guys. That's the thing that you have to understand. Like, yeah, I got my Beatles thing up there, but that's why I was saying if I had my album covers up, I got Led Zeppelin records, I got Misfits records, I got jazz records, I got blues records, I got classical records, I listen to everything. It's so great growing up the way I did when it comes to music, because my dad played classical guitar and jazz guitar, and he was in a wedding band. So he also played like whatever every week in rehearsing for, that weekend's wedding. They would always go through the requests and he'd make sure he learned all the songs. So he was always playing pop music and rock and roll. And so I heard everything from him. And then my mom, she was listening to Johnny Mathis and Tom Jones and, all of that kind of stuff, Righteous Brothers, all that. So I grew up with everything, And I remember when I was, it was 1980, right? So I would have been 7 years old. And I'll never forget this, because on top of all that, tell my whole family history, but there's this guy who was like a friend of the family, used to come over all the time, he's older than me. So he was a teenager at the time when I was a little kid, but I'll never forget, because it was the day the album came out. It was a big deal. He ran to the record store to buy the new Pink Floyd record the day it came out, brought it straight to my house because his parents didn't like him listening to that kind of crazy rock music. And he put on The Wall. And I sat there as a 7-year-old kid listening to that album the day it came out. Hot off the presses, man. And looking, I was just sitting there. I remember staring at the album cover because all the cartoons on there and being like, and listening to the music. Oh, man. You're not supposed to tell anybody that I played kazoo in the high school marching band. Oh, man. What? Who bought the... I was 7 years old, man. He did. Anyway, but no, not back in those days. Well, it was the 70s. They probably would have, but who knows? That's a whole nother story. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, where are we right now with the poll? Oh, I'll set up another one during this next video. Let's see, what are we going to go with next? How about, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of a newsworthy event that we ought to cover to make us much more journalists than even the idiots who call themselves journalists, has put the last brick in the wall. I saw Pink Floyd in Los Angeles in 1980 on the Wall tour when I was 18 years old. That's awesome, Edward. That is fantastic. The Wall does peter out badly on side 4. The third act, you got to wrap everything up, and then they have the trial and they go into the, it's a thing. But yeah. Anyway, hey, for a concept album, that's pretty. You got it. It was a pretty. extreme attempt at a concept album, that's for sure. Edward likes side 4. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Unless you ask David Gilmour. If you walked up to David Gilmour right now and say, hey, is there anything you'd like to tell me about The Wall? He'd say, yeah, don't you ever mention that album to me again or I'll knock your brains out. The butt of my Stratocaster, you douche canoe. He will not talk about The Wall at all. See, Donna Ray, you know what's going on. Sam Cooke, hip-hop, rap, and everything in between. See, that's it. You got to listen to everything. Carrie T, I love Pink Floyd. Went and saw the light show in my area when it came. Oh, yeah, I always used to go to the Pink Floyd light shows. That used to be a thing at the local college. They would have the kids who were studying laser technology would have to do a Pink Floyd light show. And they, we'd pay to get in, of course, and watch it. That was a lot of fun. Highway Star. Oh, I thought you were saying you saw John and Yoko. I'm like, the only John and Yoko show that I would have liked to have been at would have been the one where they played with the mothers, because then I would have saw the mothers and Frank Zappa. But and even then, that show's great because they filmed it and I saw the footage and it's great because at one point the mothers throw a black sheet over Yoko's head when she's singing. And I always took that as like they were trying to tell her to shut up. But I don't know. I can't read their minds. I wasn't there. I listen to Shine On You Crazy Diamond at work. I get some strange looks from my coworkers. I listen to that song all the time. Shine On You Crazy Diamond, the whole thing, parts 1 through 11 or 15, whatever it is. Sean says Roger Waters' solo sucks. That's Cook. Oh, Sam Cooke spelled correctly. There you go. Made my kids listen. You got to know. Hezokuai was jealous that Paul was a walrus. I used to drive around in Harran. Oh, yes. Parson, I did exactly the same thing. There were times when I would play Grand Theft Auto where I would just drive around just to listen to the different radio stations. The rock station. There was an 80s station that I really liked in one of the games. Yeah. In fact, I wanted to buy the soundtrack CD at one point because there's so many great songs on there. There's a fly in here, man. Oh, Dr. Hook. Oh, yeah. So you'll appreciate this story, Donna. The other day, over the weekend, my kid, Jason Gutterman. See, I always say this, but then it's like, okay, so I got 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. The girls are the older and the boys are the younger. And usually what happens is because the girls are, one of them's 19, the other's 16 going on 17, they're doing their own grown-up teenager thing, right? So usually what will happen is all 4 of them will come over, but then the girls will drop off the boys and then the girls will split. So I always want to say when the kids were here all weekend, but it's like, well, technically not all 4 of them were here the entire weekend, whatever. Anyway, Doc Leno's here. What's up, Doc? Great to see you. Yes, I've seen Slayer like 3 times as well. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, yeah, we were talking about the GTA CD box set and all that. So listening to all this different music, I don't know, man. I got off track. I remember playing all my parents' records on my Fisher-Price record player. That's right. Yes. That was so much fun. I used to have one of those too. Yep. At one point, I had my own record player in my room. I mean, now I have a record player literally right here. But I mean, when I was a kid, I remember I had the Fisher-Price one, and then eventually I finally got my own real one. And it had an 8-track cassette player in it as well. A turntable with an 8-track. Oh, I thought I was, and I would make my little tapes on my little 8-tracks. Oh yeah, I was telling you a story. Yeah, Yeah, about what? What was the last thing you said that I was responding to? Let's see. Oh, you okay? Because you said Dr. Hook. All right, yeah, and the funky stuff and Sam Cooke and all that. So when the kids were here over the weekend, thank you. I have a playlist that I play. You know, when the kids come over and we hang out, I like to expose them to as much different music as possible. So I just let it play in the background while we're hanging out and having fun and all that. And at one point, Sir Duke came on by Stevie Wonder. And something was going on. I was doing something, so I had to click out of it to do something else. And like, I didn't even think, because the whole time I just have the playlist going in the background, you know, and we're playing and talking and doing whatever we're doing, playing games and all that. And then when I had to click on something on the computer and click out of the song Sir Duke in the middle of the song, my son got so mad. He's like, I was loving that. That song's great. Oh, Dad, you got to put that back on again. And it's like, yes, my son likes Stevie Wonder. This is great. I'm doing it right. I'm raising him right. That's what I used to do. You're not old enough to have a 19-year-old. Oh, yes, I am. In fact, I was pretty old when she was born. Anyway, you had an 8-track player? That's cool. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Carrie. I'm sorry. I had Donna Ray and Carrie T right on top of each other. So you inspire the love of music at an early age. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm trying to do. Songs in the key of life. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Yeah, Carrie, I'm 51, believe it or not. I know I look good for my age. I guess they say I look young. Hezekiah, you and K Farns, youngins, rock is. You guys rock is dads. Never stop. Yes. Walk right in, sit right down. Yep. Love it. Young people are listening to our type of music. Yeah, and that's one of the things that's cool is like a couple of years ago, I started like seeing these YouTube channels, these reaction channels where people would listen to music. And at first I thought, I don't get it. Like, why do I want to watch someone else sit and listen to a song? But now I love those channels because what it is I'm finding out more and more, it's young people discovering our music for the first time. And sometimes you could see the excitement, like while they're listening, watching their reaction, listening to Dazed and Confused for the first time. When it gets to that jam part, and they go, they're like, whoa, you know, you can see their mind blowing, you know. They listen to YYZ for the first time or something like that, you know, like, oh man, it's awesome. Anyway. Oh, come in here, dear boy, have a cigar, you're gonna go far. Gonna fly high. You're never gonna die. You're gonna make it if you try. They're gonna love you. Let's see. Frauditor fellas, you're 51 now. Oh, you're 51 now. Do I feel old? I thought I had at least 15 years on you. Nope. Zerzu. There's another guy online that plays both parts of the younger guy and the older guy. The younger guy is listening to new hip hop, so he thinks the older guy is showing him that it's not new. Oh, yes. That's the other thing too, like with the samples and stuff, you know, and because this is my big, what I always say, my theory on modern music is that the problem with it is there's no melody. The reason why we still remember songs that are 200 years old from people like Bach and Mozart and Beethoven and all that is because of these beautiful melodies that stick with you. And our music, 70s music, 60s music, 80s music, you know, you could hum it. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. And everyone knows, right? Don't you forget about me. Right? The melodies stick with you. There are no melodies in modern music unless it's a sample of an old song with a melody, which is part two of my theory, which is why so much of modern music has such insane lyrics, because you're not going to remember the song based on the melody. You're trying to talk to someone and say, hey, do you remember that song that goes boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, chick, boom, boom, chick? Yeah, no, they all go like that. Hey, you remember the song where the guy sings about raping his mother in a cage on a Wednesday? Oh, yeah. Right? The more insane the lyrics, that there's no melody to remember. So they got to sing the most insane, vile, crazy stuff so that you'll remember that. You know, that's my theory on it anyway. But hey, there's a lot more to it than to do it. Don't misconstrue it. One of the greatest Chicago Bears was Bill Hewitt. Yeah, I knew it. I couldn't go a full show without the Bears coming up. They got the best quarterback available in the draft the other day, so we'll see if that works out for them. Anyway, let's go back and let's see that video. Oh, yes, I was going to set up the next video, and then we were going to set round 3 of the poll for what Little Chihuahua should change her channel name to. But first, ladies and gentlemen, Cupcake Happy Dance. Here we go. All right. Okay. Olay. All right. Yes. All right. Yes, the Cupcake Happy Dance. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yes. Great to see you. That's awesome. It's always awesome to have her in the house. Round of applause for Cupcake, ladies and gentlemen. I also saw iKiss is here. All right. Welcome to the show. Always great to see you as well. Highway Star, we love Cupcake. Ole. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, she wasn't here Saturday, but it was cool. It was cool because she didn't take Saturday off because she was sick. No. She took it off because she was at the Yankees game, having a blast with her husband, hanging out, having a good time, having fun. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. All right. We love Cupcake. That's what I'm talking about. I'm 70. We have the best music. Let me tell you something. Dagnabbit, see, we're still talking about music, and I can talk about music literally all day, every day. Music and movies. Oh boy. And don't forget Tuesday, tomorrow's show, is the Just Hanging Out Talking About Stuff show. The Yankees won. All right. Congratulations to your Yankees for winning. They weren't playing against the Chicago team, so I'll go ahead and give you a round of applause for the Yankees. Here we go. Anyway, that's one of the coolest things I kiss is that I listen to all kinds of music as long as it's from the 70s. Here's the thing. When I was in Florida, one of the coolest things was that we were in a 55 and over only community. I'm under 55, but I was able to stay there because I was taking care of my mom because she was sick, and I was helping her out. So, being that everyone over there was over 55, everyone in the park always was listening to good music. Like it was amazing. Just because, like, I remember when I was a kid, if you saw an old person listening to music, it'd be like, like old music or whatever. But now that I am old, when I see these old people listening to music, they're listening to Led Zeppelin. They're listening to Creedence Clearwater Revival. Some of the younger guys more on the cusp, like we're listening to even like Metallica and stuff, like 90s stuff. Like, yeah, it was so much great music in that trailer park. It wasn't a trailer. Well, retirement community trailer. You know what I mean? When you say trailer park, people always picture like this disheveled. No, it was a nice resort. They had a hot tub, a pool, a gym, everything. It was beautiful. I also like disco. Yeah, you know what? I came to, like, obviously at the time, I wasn't into it at all. And that's another thing about, like, the late 80s and especially throughout the 90s, but mostly through the 80s, was that there's a lot of great music from the 80s that I know now, but at the time, I was like, this isn't Iron Maiden. This isn't Metallica. This isn't, Slayer. Why am I going to listen to this crap? I just wanted to hear the hardcore heavy stuff. But now I'm older. I could go back, look at it, and listen and like, wow, man, there was some great music back then. And even disco. And especially one of the coolest things about the internet is that I like watching live footage of old bands. Because a band like the Bee Gees or whatever, you could really appreciate them more when you realize that they actually were playing, like, wow, those guys could perform, man, and play, and great stuff. Mole in a hole. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Mole in a hole. And Peck says, well, it was the 70s, so also the cocaine helped a lot too. Yeah. I mean, you can't, fact is fact, That was more in the 80s, but it was, all right, let's get to anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this video is covering a news story that's way more newsworthy than half of the stuff these guys cover, because all they cover is, I'm being a jerk in the library. Isn't that news? No, it's not. But the fact that Josh Abrams won for office and lost, that's news. So let's go ahead and I started a joke that left the whole world crying. That's a deep Bee Gees cut right there, baby. All right. Donna Ray, the Eagles are my favorite. Don't say that too loud. They like to sue everyone and anyone that mentions their name on YouTube. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. Hey, I was just saying last week I discovered, I had no idea. Ladies and gentlemen, Casey and the Sunshine Band is still around right now. I had no idea. I saw some live footage of them from like a few months ago. I'm like, whoa, what? Anyway, let's check out this video about Josh Abrams losing the election. What a surprise. Was anyone surprised that he didn't win? Oh, my goodness. Here we go. All right.
What's up, guys? And this video is the biggest banger I've ever put out. I live in Townsend, Massachusetts, and I was running for select board. A lot of people reached out to me and said the current select board was corrupt and it needed change, and they asked me to do it. So I did. And as I'm sure some of you have heard, I lost by about 250 votes. Not bad for a guy that's only lived in town 6 months, did no campaigning, and filed at the deadline. But
how do you campaign? I'm confused. What is a campaign? Because I don't think that's a word. I'm pretty sure that's actually not a word. So how do you do it then? Anyway, welcome back to my corner of the internet, guys. I am the Lucid Dream, and as you might have guessed by now, this is a celebratory video for the very fact that evil has not won today. Josh Abrams has definitively lost the election for selectmen. This video of his was released this morning, and early this afternoon, I received word from the town clerk in Townsend, Massachusetts, immediately after they posted the final results, that basically everything he says in this video is 100% bullshit. He misaligns this poor man. He accuses him of committing a felony. So much bullshit. So let's get into it.
But turns out I didn't lose. When I showed up on election day to vote, I saw the incumbent sitting with another selectman with a big table and tent soliciting votes. Problem is, Massachusetts state law states that you must be at least 50 yards away from the polling. In fact, the town clerk puts up poll markers, so you know that you have to be beyond those markers to do any sort of campaigning during the election. Turns out, and as you can see from my video and the town clerk's admission, the incumbent who was running against me decided to remove the poll markers, break the law, and set up shop wherever he wanted to try and steal the election any way he could. And I knew that he wasn't past 50 yards that day, so I took a quick little video of him and his cohorts so I could use it later to show just how bad he wanted it and exactly how he would deceive the people to steal it.
Sir, you're very unprofessional.
Huh?
You're very unprofessional. If you want to be, stick your camera up your ass.
So I'm unprofessional, but you have one selectman backing another selectman. Now, is it within the footage? Have you checked to make sure that legally you're not too close to the town hall with a person running for office while elections are taking place? You wanted to tell me I wasn't professional. You only wanted to cuss me out too, right? But it's okay for him to do it, not for me to do it.
Just like you're free to say what you want to say, man. He's free to say what he wants to say.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to close to the building?
We can measure it out. We'll measure it out, Joe.
You know, you should be really more professional. Your attitude does not do you well, sir.
Hey.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
Hey,
how you doing? His attitude does not do him well. The sun is great, but he's not.
Hey, you know what? We're gonna have to measure it, and he'll be removed from the ballot. Let's go. Let's do that. I got some money to spend for Chaz today.
Have a great day.
Enjoy the weather.
I think it's real big that Chaz got on the ballot so Townsend can vote for a woman. Weird. The polling signs weren't there. That's because the polling signs are stationed at the curb, and he would have had to have been on the opposite side of the street. But laws be damned, and the will of the people be damned. He's a corrupt politician, and he needs to stay in office as long as possible. So breaking the law really isn't a big deal to him. And exactly who is it that we're talking about? See the arrow pointing? That's pointing to Chaz Sexton Duranian, the incumbent and guy I'm running against. He's the highest elected body in the town. In fact, he's in charge of implementing and writing new laws. Unless those laws don't work in his favor, then he's totally willing to break them. Now, I ran for select board so the people's voices could be heard. But Chaz Sexton Duranian doesn't want your voice to be heard. In fact, he's willing to break the law just so he can get what he wants, when his job in the select board is literally only to make sure that you get what you want. Now,
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the way elections work is the person with the most votes wins, which wasn't you. So now you're whining because you want to whine because it wasn't you. Even though they measured and they found he was not cheating, but you still put a video up saying he committed a felony because, you know what, I'll wait for an answer.
You want. Now, the woman you saw featured in this video at the beginning is the town clerk. Her name is Jessica. And when confronted with this overwhelming evidence, even she agreed that there was a problem and that he actually moved the polling sign so that way he could break the law without interruption.
So that is also a lie. She absolutely did not say that. He edited the conversation to make it appear like she did. You can see the cuts when it plays. He's desperately reaching here.
So how does this play out? Well, in Massachusetts, because the 50-yard rule was broken and violated, there wouldn't be a special re-election. The other person on the ballot would automatically get the position. And if there was no other person, it would go to the person who had the most write-ins. However, I was the next person. So you know what that means? He lost. Now the town's going to get their own engineer to measure it out. And once it's confirmed, the election will be reversed. That's not the end for Chaz. Violating election laws is a felony, and he's looking at some serious time. Cheaters never prosper. Hope it was worth it. Now, the town clerk's office has assured me that they're going to be reaching out to someone. They're going to be getting back to me, and this change should be imminent. I will say.
And that is also a lie. So the email I received from the town clerk this afternoon confirmed, and I did post it on the screen, that they made an inquiry to the Secretary of the Commonwealth Elections Division as to find out if an engineer was required to measure that 150-foot radius from the entrance. The Elections Division decided that it was not a requirement. Therefore, the measurement was made by the office of the town clerk, and the accusation was put to rest because the candidate was outside the 150-foot radius the entire time. So what that means for the Wish version of Johnny Bravo is he will continue having to stuff himself full of ice cream to fight the sadness because he's a loser. Not that that is a big surprise to most of us, but I'm going to repeat it. He is an absolute pathetic loser who continues to whine about this election. Let's watch a little bit more of the video.
I will say, when there's an allegation of election tampering or impropriety, the certification of that election must be stopped to investigate the impropriety to see if it's substantiated. The town clerk's already substantiated it, so I guess you can call me Selectman Josh Abrams. What do you folks think of Chaz Sexton Duraining violating laws just so he could subvert your will? I don't take too kindly to it, and that's the reason I stopped you today. What's going on, everybody? And it is accountability for all. Now, the building that you're looking at is where the person I'm running against, the incumbent, was soliciting campaign, contributions and saying hi to voters. Now, it's very important you see where he was standing. Now, this is where the voting took place, right there. Now, I went to go see the town clerk and let her know that although he won by votes, those votes were illegally gained because he did it within 50 yards of the polling station. Town clerk told me that it's 30 yards, 150 feet. And at that point, I knew that she had made a grave error. And I had to explain to her that 150 feet is 50 yards, not 30. So when she told him to stand there, she sent him to the wrong place. And then the look of horror on her face when I told her that 150 feet is 50 yards, she realized the mistake that was made. Or maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe it was on purpose, and they were trying to give him an edge. Because as every single person went in to vote, I have on video of him running up to those people and telling them not to, while he was within 50 yards of a polling place.
So that quick, we've gone from this gentleman committing a felony intentionally to the town clerk telling him the wrong distance and telling him where to stand as an accident. That's an awful quick jump, considering you were just accusing the man of intentionally committing election fraud, and now all of a sudden it's an accident from the town clerk saying 30 yards instead of 50.
So we had it measured, and we responded to the town. So we're going to go see if they do what they're supposed to do. Now, the state law says that they have to have a state engineer come in and confirm my measurements. I'm willing to bet you they had some person with a tape measure go out and do it, and they're going to try and sell that to us today. I don't think that's going to fly.
I have literally never been happier to watch someone pull up their pants. I was terrified there for a second.
Hey, Jess.
Hey, dude.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. I want to see if any progress has been made on the measurements.
Oh, I'm not sure. Let me go ask Kathy.
Okay, perfect.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. You're welcome.
So, and I looked into
I don't know
it.
everything.
I looked into it. Now, it's not 50 yards, right? So I had it measured anyways by a state certified engineer.
Mhm.
And then like the lay person looking at it. And I think what happened was, and like I said, mistakes happen. because Kathy was, when we were speaking, she was like, no, it's got to be 30 yards, not 50, 150 feet. And then I was like, but 150 feet is not 30 yards, it's 50. And I think there was some confusion on, and then I think she realized that it was. So I think that maybe something possible did happen where she said, you just have to be 30 yards away from the building. Please go stand there, because that is within 30 yards. But 150 feet is 50 yards, and Massachusetts law is very strict. So I just wanted to make sure, especially since I have video of every time someone came up, like, because when we were talking the other day, someone came up and said, hey, hi, Josh. When people were coming in to vote for me or to vote for whomever, I have him on video running up to people saying, oh vote for him. He's a terrible person, blah, blah. Fine, do that. As long as he's within 50 yards away. 38.
All right, guys, we're going to cut his video here because there's like another half an hour of him talking to the town clerk, but repeating the same narrative over and over and over again, trying to convince everybody that, you know, he's won, that he hasn't lost, that he's not a loser. And as we all know, that is not possible. So thank you for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I am going to play another clip for you. This is a prank channel that I've been taking a look at, and I haven't watched this one yet, but this is supposed to be the worst prank of 2023. And after some of the ones I saw today, I find that kind of hard to believe. So I'm going to drop that in here as well. Have a great night, guys. I will catch you on the next one.
Into random houses, let's go.
James, come to the front door right now, please.
James.
James.
You man, come.
Hello, James.
We need to speak to James.
James.
Hi.
James.
Is this where the study group is?
No. What door number is this? No.
Study group.
Just walked into somebody's house. Okay. Whatever. Anyway. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was the news on Josh Abrams and his stupidity. And like, come on. Like, I can't believe that he's so stupid that he actually thought he was going to win that election. And like every excuse in the book why he lost, nothing that has to do with the fact that nobody voted for him because he's a butterbrain douche canoe, potato brain sack of potatoes, whatever he is. Yeah, it's whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the one and only Josh Abrams. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I wanted him to win so we could FOIA everything on him, right? Anyway, if you walk into my house, there's going to be trouble. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, that's the whole thing. The whole Josh Abrams, like when he first announced he was running for office, obviously we all knew there was no way that he could win. But that was just, well, no. I won the election. The only reason I didn't get it is because he was too close to the polling place. Whatever, Josh. Whatever. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am officially announcing my candidacy for president. If you can't decide between Trump or Biden, just put me in as a write-in, right, Hezokuai Jenkins, and I bet I'll get more votes for president than Josh got for whatever he was running for, local douche canoe of the month. Ancient Chart Music and Art. I know I got her vote. Jersey Fool, his mother voted for Kate. There you go, little Chihuahua. Hez for Prez. Ancient Chart. Hez for Prez. That's what I'm talking about. Could you imagine on the news just how crazy that would be? Like, okay, so election results so far. Trump with blah, blah, blah percent. Biden with blah, blah, blah percent. Whoever the official third-party candidate is. And then Hezuk Jenkins. What is this? I never heard of this guy. How did he get votes? It would just be hilarious. Anyway, oh, Florida Jim's here. What's up, Florida? Good to see you. Chef M80, what's up? He'll huff that copium until his viewers go. Oh, yeah. Of course. Oh, you got to send me money so I can run for the next election and get more votes, right? Oh man. If you were president, would you still do your live streams? You know what? It would become like FDR with his fireside chats on the radio. You know, like every morning, my first 3 hours, I'm doing this. And then I have as soon as I go off the air, that's when I have the Joint Chiefs come in and give me the briefings on what's going on for the day. Go to my meetings, my press conferences. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be having Congress is going to vote on something. And then when they put it on my desk, I'm either going to veto it or not, because that's how it works. Thank you. Have a nice day. Any questions? Are you going to veto it or are you going to let it go through? Well, it depends on what it is. I'll read it when I get it and then I'll decide. So how about that? I'll try to be fair and honest. And, anything that keeps Peck out of the country, I'll vote for that. Now we wait for auditing Reno 911 to lose his election, right? If you go back, Chef, I brought the tasings back. The problem is I don't have the soundboard. I could do the sound effect. I could do the zap effect noise. And I could do this bit with the, where is it? I could do that with, I could even put this on top of it. But the voice, I can't do the voice. But yes, I brought the tasings back because you guys deserve it. Ding dong dang dag nabbit. Hez is too young to be president. No, I'm not. Kennedy was younger than me when he got elected. Dust off that old BlackBerry. Yeah. Chef M80, you got my vote. Yes. I love it. News Now Voodoo would be my press secretary. That's right, because he's press. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. See, you get to hear how I do the voice when I don't have the machine on. Yeah, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be the guy who's in charge. Large and in charge, because I'm the pimp, you're the simp, and I've been eating all the shrimp. All right? Hey, now, you be nice. You're a little punk. Yeah, well, here. Ow, what are you doing? I got my needle. Ow. Where's the needle? Oh, it's in his face. All right. Ow. Oh, that hurts. Oh, yes. And, of course, I got my favorite little squirrel. That was a gift from Ray. Oh, he's so cute. Love him. Anyway. How we start his for president? Chili would be begging you to pardon him. Yeah, right. This is great. I'm having fun. Every morning I have fun with you guys. I love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. Oh my goodness gracious me. How about some NCR News Network, ladies and gentlemen? It's been a minute since we've shown an NCR video. NCR News Network, another great supporter of the channel. We love NCR. Let's go ahead and watch some frauditors get kicked out of a courthouse, shall we? Oh, all right. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. We got to keep moving on with the votes. So let's go and see where we're at. News Now Shenanigans just went in front of News Now Tiny as I was saying that. Oh, now News Now Tiny's. Oh, look at this. The votes are going crazy all of a sudden as soon as I started paying attention. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. What's the winner of round 3? It is News. Is it News Now Tiny? What? It disappeared. Where's the poll? What the heck happened? Where are the poll results? Where did they go? Why did it disappear from? There we go. All right. The winner was News Now Tiny. All right. So after that, now News Now Tiny won that vote. All right. So what do we got? We got News Now Chihuahua, The Many Adventures of Little Chihuahua, News Now Tiny. So then, okay, I only got 2 for the next round. And then, well, wait, because we'll make it 2 and 2. So there'll be 2 more brackets. So these last 2 are going to be the winner of this is going to move on. So that we'll get the last 4. So that we'll have 2 more rounds after that. And then the ultimate winner. So let's go ahead. And while this video is playing, I'll set up the next poll. All right. This is fun. This is exciting. This is great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Texas Tim is here, ladies and gentlemen. Back to breakfast with the wife and fishing every day. Hope you enjoy your retirement. You're going to go do a road trip? Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. All right. So let's go ahead and start. NCR News Network video. And again, I'll put up the next poll while this is playing. Here we go. All right. It's me again. Hello. Hi, guys. Yeah. Love you guys. Yeah.
Hi, folks. Today we're going to take a look at Joey Surreal and J-Town Press getting kicked out of another courthouse and causing a big fuss. But before we start today's videos, as always, a big thank you to all my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without your guys' continuous, ongoing support, I couldn't keep the channel going. So I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Also, if you could for me, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the page, leave a like and a comment, and please consider becoming a member. With all that being said, let's enjoy.
The courthouse? No? Oh, it's the sheriff's office too, yeah. Yeah, I think it's both. Yeah, the Justice Center. I do some public records. I got the state attorney's office in here. Yeah, felony office. I got all kinds of the state attorney. I gotta do some public records with him.
And
wow.
Excuse me. You're not allowed to record in here.
Yeah. That's
No,
what is it, a policy?
It's there a law, a statute? It's an order from the chief judge.
Oh, it doesn't make a difference.
It makes a difference, and
No,
the
it
difference is
doesn't. What's your
this:
name
Diaz.
So
2050.
Why are you so hostile?
Because
so you're telling me a chief judge's order is higher than the U.S. Constitution?
Yeah. Well, you can go and argue that with her. I'm not going to argue with you.
swore an oath to
What
it.
I'm going to tell you is you cannot do it here. You need to turn it off.
If I don't,
If you don't, I can arrest you.
will you arrest me?
I will arrest you.
You will arrest me.
I will arrest you.
Okay.
For what crime?
It's called obstruction.
Obstruction. So if I don't leave right now reporting, then you'll arrest me.
Yes, because right now you are violating Florida law 843.02 obstruction because you are resisting, obstructing, and opposing the judicial order that he is forced to enforce. And well, since he is a member of law enforcement, that is clarified in section 943.10 of the Florida statute, you would be guilty of a misdemeanor offense in the first degree.
Diaz, control.
I couldn't hear you because of the
back
door.
up at 2071.
Yeah, just say yes and I'll walk out the door.
Yes, and I'll walk
so you
out.
arrest
Say
me?
yes, what? For what?
So on the federal
So if
arrest,
I-
you arrest us, say it on
Yes, I
camera.
would arrest you.
Okay, that's all I need for a
Sorry,
officer.
okay.
Yeah. Hey, can I speak to a supervisor too?
Yeah, of course. My supervisor told me that in that
So you don't have a
building with a
Show me
flag.
the law.
So you don't have a
With a-
supervisor right now?
It's not a law. I told you already.
Okay, so why
Exactly.
enforcing something that's not a law?
Because it's an order. It's a court order.
You know that
It doesn't matter.
Court order
You
is
swore an oath to the Constitution.
Well, I'm not an attorney. Okay, go discuss it with an attorney.
You swore an oath to the Constitution, sir.
Okay, I have
you
orders
did.
that I have to follow.
Can I speak to a supervisor, please?
I told you, my
So you
supervisor
have
is
no
in the white
supervisor here.
building across the
You have
street.
no supervisor here.
You can go talk to him over there.
You have no supervisor
You
here.
have, I told you where it's at. My supervisor is in the white
So you have
building
no supervisor
across
here.
the street.
me that rule?
Are you stupid or something?
I just want to see
Yeah, I just want to see it right there. Yeah.
I want to record the rule.
I'll give it to you. Just give me one moment.
You have a copy? Okay, we'll wait right here until you give it to us. Are none of y'all supervisors? Are y'all all just like deputies the same? Okay.
Right here. This is right.
I mean, you guys swore an oath to the Constitution.
Listen, I'm old.
Now you're telling me that the judicial branch makes laws, right? Are you a supervisor, sir?
Well, it seems J-Town has forgotten something. With her below string of the First Amendment, she's forgotten the 10th Amendment, which allows states the individual rights that they have and their own individual laws. Not to mention, she's forgotten that a administrative order, which is in effect here, is constitutional. It does not violate anybody's First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, or any other constitutional rights that they may have.
I will ask you one more time. Please stop recording in the building.
Or we'll be arrested. Okay, I'll leave under threat of arrest then.
Well, bye.
Wow. The whole squad. Yeah. There you go, supervisor, sir.
Are you the supervisor?
Move. Shame on the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. Tyranny. Oh, there's a supervisor. Yep. Supervisor?
Can you speak to me?
Are you a supervisor? Can we speak to a supervisor? I've been better. Are you a supervisor?
What's the problem? All right, we just wanted to come over here and file some public records.
Okay.
All right.
And then tell me you're not allowed to record inside the building. Okay. And me continue recording. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's the administrative order.
So, but you're telling me that the judicial branch makes laws now, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Administrative order. Like they explained to you, administrative order is there's no recording of any of the buildings.
So you're telling me that the administrative order is higher than the Constitution? Yeah, obviously can hear you. Yeah.
Well, you are listening. Well, you listen to what I'm saying.
Actively listening. That's what you're looking for. Yeah.
There you go.
I got you.
Because he explained you what the rules are.
I don't care what the rules are.
That's just stupid. You don't care what
I care what the U.S. Constitution.
If you don't care about these rules, then you're not entering the building.
So if I go back in, what's going to happen?
If you go back and you continue recording, then you're going to end up arrested.
So you'll arrest me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what's your name, sir?
Sergeant Trasker.
And what's your badge number?
ID 2633.
Okay. So now you've actually been now the number one on the federal lawsuit because you're in charge. Yeah.
Yeah, well, good luck with it.
Yeah, that's crazy. But do you understand how it's not simple? The U.S. Constitution, it's called freedom. We're going in the public areas. There's no law that says that we can't.
Government building, ma'am.
Absolutely. That's absolutely. It's called freedom of press. U.S. Constitution, Amendment number 1 that you swore. Absolutely, I am. Everybody's press.
Are you press representative? What
independent journalist?
You're not even in real journalism. That's right.
Now, I keep repeating this because it's a valuable lesson to teach these idiots. If you're going to call yourself a journalist, follow the standards and ethics of journalism. That doesn't mean make yourself the story. That doesn't mean to do what you want because you feel like it. As we just realized from a few weeks ago, when Joey here said he trespassed onto a school just because it wasn't an elementary or a high school. A school owned by the county school district is still a school, and an administrative order is a policy that you have to obey, and it does not violate your constitutional rights. As a journalist, I thought you would understand.
Okay.
Oh, I have a very large following.
Okay.
So you'll know who I am.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
So my thing is
basically very simple, man. Okay.
Okay.
How's my deputy explain to you?
Can I ask you a quick question before we leave? Do you understand what the First Amendment is?
Absolutely.
Do you understand what the 5 freedoms are?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you know what freedom of press is?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad you answered me. I thank you. Okay, that's actually going to play out in court because that way that actually helps strip away your paw out of the community. Yeah, I would like to go in and file public records, sir.
Okay, you can enter the building without recording.
Well, I have to record my transactions.
No.
It's my policy for my company.
Shenanigans. No. Shenanigans. No. And we're going to be calling shenanigans here. Yes, J-Town may own her own company, but here's the thing. She makes her own policies. Because when you are monetized on YouTube, you become a 1099. Essentially an independent contractor. Now, here's something else. If she's making her own policies and she's making her own rules, does her rules and policies include lying to law enforcement, staging audits, and misleading people with false information? Because if that's the case, that doesn't make her a very good journalist now, does it?
Are you the highest sergeant in here?
You will not be able to do that.
Are you the highest sergeant here?
Sergeant White is actually the one who's over these deputies that work here.
Okay, so sir, if I go back in recording, what's going to happen?
For what crime would you arrest us for?
A violation of the administrative order.
So now that
This is the whole building?
Correct.
Okay, so what would be the crime though?
The obstruction.
Obstruction.
Obstruction of what?
He's trying to explain to you.
Resisting without violence.
I'm sorry. He was.
It would be resisting without violence because you're in violation.
Video recording public employees.
Correct. Because in that administrative order signed by the chief judge.
What do you think about that yourself personally? What do you think about that?
I mean, you swore an oath to the
Constitution, man.
So now the judicial branch makes laws. Is that what you're saying?
It's their building.
It's not their building. It's the people's building, sir. The same ones that you work for.
That is
you know what the beauty of the sheriff's department is? The beauty of the sheriff's department is they're actually constitutional officers. Other than like the PD, they're actually part of the executive branch. The sheriff's department actually works for the people directly. They don't work under any other department. If you look at the how it's separated, so you work for the people and you're supposed to uphold the people's rights. So just because some judge, I know, but not right now.
Yes, we are.
No, you're not.
Yes,
you're violating
again,
my
this
rights.
is
First Amendment. So you understand the Second Amendment, correct?
Ma'am, I'm trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Every time I open my mouth, you're trying to jump in.
Yeah, go ahead.
So at this point, I'm done with that. So you have options. You can come in and file whatever you need to, but you will not record in this building. If you do, you will be actually asking him to stop. If you don't stop, you'll be escorted. If we have to escort you out of the building, you'll be arrested for obstruction. It's very simple. I explained the rules to you.
Well, there's no rules. The Constitution,
I
the First
explained you
Amendment.
exactly what's going to happen.
The First Amendment.
Ma'am?
So if I go back in, I'll be arrested.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
You said it, and is that your concurrence?
That's exactly what's going to happen.
Okay.
How many deputies and sergeants do you need to tell you that if you violate the administrative order by recording when they've told you not to, that you will be escorted out of the building and arrested for obstruction? I mean, are you that ignorant, or are you just being stubborn and bullheaded? Because it's a simple request and a simple policy to follow. You want to make a mountain of a molehill so you can go get some go away money.
You film if you go back in there and film and they ask you to stop?
Yes. So if they ask me to stop.
And you don't stop.
Well, he told me if I walk in the building recording, I'll be arrested.
I said if you go back in there, because you already informed you can't record it. So you already told by the deputy. So you already informed of the rule, right? So you already informed. If you go back in there, they're not going to keep telling you over and over. We're not children over here. We told you once. We told you twice, right? I inform you again that you can't do that. So if you go in there and continue ignoring what we're telling you, yes, that's what's going to happen.
Okay, so you're going to violate your oath then?
It's the same thing.
I'm just asking.
We can always meet at the court and talk about it, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
Absolutely, we will.
That's your choice.
Absolutely, we will.
But I inform you what the rule is. If you break the rule, that's what's going to happen.
Hey, okay, so I'll be arrested.
You're gonna corrupt your burden, man.
And do you understand, sir? Can I? Is it Sergeant White? Can I get your badge number before you walk away? I can't understand you, sir.
1806.
And do you understand what the First Amendment is?
Yes.
Do you understand the first five freedoms?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, what about the law, the Constitution? Forget the rules. The Constitution trumps the rules, man. You guys are a bunch of clowns, man. This is why I investigate the police departments.
Well, the sheriffs.
And here I thought you did your quote-unquote investigations of law enforcement officers, and their offices because you are a parasite trying to get money from YouTube. Instead of trying to actually fix your community and better the divide between law enforcement and people, you choose to, well, keep that divide going and make it worse.
Or sheriff.
Yeah,
Same
well,
thing,
law
they're all
enforcement.
uniform clowns, dude.
The shiny badge that gives you extra rights. Oath breakers is what it is.
Administrative order. Check that out, man.
They actually had it ready for us. It's the first time I've ever had it ready for me.
I'm keeping this, man. You know, we have a right to record our public officials.
Look,
why are we conducting
get a shot of that.
You know what I mean?
Right. They can record us, but we can't record them. Everybody asks, what's the face of tyranny look like? The face of tyranny looks like when officers don't uphold their oaths of Constitution. This is what the founding fathers warned us about. This is the tyranny. This is our government right here that violates rights.
Is this just a genetic thing with you? Is it congenital? Did your mother drop you on your head when you were a baby?
This is the face of tyranny. This is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all look at it. Get a good look. This is what it looks like. This is what they warned us about. This right here. They swear an oath to uphold you and defend your rights. And then they sit there and snub their noses at it and let the judicial branch make laws. Just because, now see, if they made a law that said, we're going to do away with the Second Amendment, you think any of these deputies would be around collecting guns from Americans? Probably not. But if the judge makes an order to get away from your freedom of press, they would go ahead and eliminate the First Amendment. When you point cameras at Sergeant White,
I'm just saying, you're not allowed to record in this building.
So if I come in here, what's going to happen?
I already informed you.
Is it the same over here?
Same rule. These are all. These are all.
You're telling me we can't come in no buildings here to record?
No, man.
So if I come in here, I'll be arrested.
A bunch of clowns, dude. This is
So if I walk,
you guys.
Look,
I don't
listen
call
to
you
me.
names.
I can call you all the names I want.
You can. That's your freedom of speech.
I have a right.
Is it Traska? Is it Traska? So if I pass the threshold, my camera recording,
What does the camera have?
I'm gonna be arrested. But in this building as well. I mean, you gotta. Okay.
I don't think I have to repeat myself.
What's a different building?
Yes, it's a different building, but it also falls under the same administrative order that you were given. And if you would simply read what the order says, you could more than likely be able to record if you got permission from the courts. Instead, you want to make it sound like they're denying you access entirely.
It's a different building.
It's all under the same
umbrella.
This, the building across the street, and also the CJC.
Okay.
Okay. All buildings are the same.
So any county buildings.
These procedures, these are judicial buildings.
So, well, just so I'm clear. So I because you said you would arrest me, so I want to make sure I'm clear. So the judicial center, obviously, where we went in, the jail, or the courthouse, or this building. Those four buildings, correct?
I'm informing you about the clerk, judicial, and here.
And here.
Yes,
All right.
No.
Okay.
I don't need help, man.
Wow, that was quick.
Carry on.
What's your name and badge number?
Duncan.
You're not gonna intimidate me, bro. You're in my personal space. I'm trying to intimidate you. You just stopped in front of me, bro. Come on.
You're blocking the entrance.
All right. What entrance right here?
We were having a conversation. We were having a conversation. Well, Traska, we were having a conversation.
You guys are clowns, man.
This is the face of tyranny, everyone, right there. Face of tyranny.
Face of tyranny, man.
This is what our founding fathers right here warned us about. This is what they were talking about right here. They think they're doing the right thing, but they're not.
Go.
And we're going to end the video here. As we can clearly see, they have not learned their lesson from the first time and will continue not to learn as long as they choose to not listen and, well, simply read the judicial order that was given to them. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps with the algorithm. And if you can, please consider becoming a member. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without you guys' continuous, ongoing support, I couldn't keep this channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart.
All right. Round of applause for NCR News Network. All right. Awesome stuff. Let me tell you something, guys. There's so much. One of the things that drives me nuts about this every time I hear it is it's like these butterbrain douche canoes and their sycophant sheeple brainwashed fans never seem to understand that they literally are honoring their oath by kicking you out. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen these situations, especially like with the DMVs and the post offices and all these places where like the employees will ask them to leave and all the customers, all the people that are there to conduct legitimate business want you to leave. They don't want to be filmed. They don't want to be on your camera. And they say, look at these people not doing their job, kicking me out. They literally are doing their job by kicking you out. The people they are there to serve, your servants, are the people that don't want you filming them. They're the people that don't want you in the building. So they are serving the people by getting rid of the douche canoe. Oh, man, it drives me nuts. Let's see where we're at with the poll, ladies and gentlemen. My Tiny Life with 83% of the vote. That's an easy win for My Tiny Life. Let's go ahead and get that situated. Okay. So now it's time for the first semifinal. Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. The first semifinal. This is going to be a good one. News Now Chihuahua versus The Many Adventures of Little Chihuahua. We'll set that poll up right now. Let's get that done. Start a poll. Semifinal 1. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is getting exciting. Oh, I love polls. Oh, I love audience interaction. This is great stuff, great stuff. Control. All right, copy and paste that into here. And then the second option, The Many Adventures of Little Chihuahua. All right, I have to cut out the because you could only put so many letters, but yeah, Many Adventures of Little Chihuahua. All right. All right, semifinal number 1. The winner of this poll is going to go to the winner of the next poll. And for the final, oh, this is great. This is great. This is great. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm having so much fun with this. And again, for those of you who are just joining us or who missed earlier, Little Chihuahua Big World wants to come up with a new channel name. So they came up with the idea of having you guys decide through the voting elimination tournament style process. So that's what we're at right now. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is great. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Frauditor Mania is here. All right, Tyrant, that's right. Yeah, look at that. Hezokuai Jenkins, RSN VIP. All right. Ray of Sunshine Network. I love it. So, guys, that all being said, there's something I wanted to share with you guys, too. I was thinking about this. I saw this out of the corner of my eye earlier, and it reminded me of it. And I don't know. I don't want to get all, emotional or weird or whatever, but this is just something that's really special to me, so I just thought I'd share it with you guys. So over the weekend, I went back to when I first went down to Florida, I got a storage unit up here in Wisconsin, and we literally just packed everything because the place we were renting was the landlord sold the property. We didn't get evicted. It wasn't anything we did wrong. Nothing bad happened, but the new owners just didn't want to do it as a rental. So we had to leave. And it was like a last minute thing. They just didn't renew our lease. So we had to go. And it was at that point that my ex got in my van with the kids, said, "You're not welcome to come with," and split. So there was that. And then, my mom got in a car accident. She needed someone to help take care of her. So I went down to Florida to take care of her. And then, the kids were with me for a while, and they were going back and forth. And sometimes I'd come up here, sometimes they'd come down there, but it was too much. So my main goal was always to get back up here. And now finally, here I am. And it's great. The kids have been spending every weekend with me. My ex, she's over there doing her thing, whatever that is. But anyway, the point is, so for 2 years, we literally just threw everything in these boxes and put them in this storage unit, and it's all been sitting there. So this weekend, I went to the storage unit. I picked up this table that I'm using. I picked up some other stuff, the stuff I was showing you guys earlier, some of my DVDs and all that. Just a bunch of random stuff. But anyway, I dug through literally every box that was in that storage unit just to see what the heck we had up there. And one of the things I was excited for was my comic books. Now, what happened was I had stacks of boxes of comic books. This was way back, like in the 80s, early 90s. In my mom's basement when she lived in Chicago, when we all lived in Chicago. And her basement flooded. And a bunch of my comic books got destroyed in the flood. So I panicked, and I just grabbed everything I could that had survived the flood and threw it all into bins. And I never went through the books to see what survived and what didn't. But I knew I had 2 big boxes of comic books in the storage unit that were perfectly dry, never were touched by the flood. So one of the things I picked up this weekend when I went back up there was my 2 big boxes of comic books. I was so excited. I'm like, I know I'm going to find a whole bunch of really old, valuable comic books. I'm going to be able to come back here, sell a couple comic books, use that money to go back to Florida and pick up my stuff. That was the plan, and it was going to be great. So I grabbed those 2 boxes this weekend, brought them here, dug through them all, and found out that the 2 boxes that survived was all new stuff, all 90s, early 2000s comic books, which aren't worth a damn thing. They're barely worth the cover price. And all my old ones are the ones that got destroyed in the flood. I got a couple of old books still, but I mean, I used to have Daredevil #1. I used to have Fantastic Four #1. Just that alone, I could put Fantastic Four #1 on eBay and potentially retire. That book was so valuable. Gone. But, and this is what I wanted to share with you, I was still happy. Why, Hez? Because I'm going to try to hold myself together. So it's been 2 years. All these things have been sitting in here. I literally dug through every single bin, every box of everything that we just threw and packed and threw in the storage unit, and I found something. And I couldn't believe this was there, because I thought it was gone forever. Screw the comic books. This is a necklace. It's got a little guitar at the bottom. It's cool. So what? See the little screw at the bottom? This is hollow. Can you guess what's in it? My dad's ashes. Anyway, I was really happy that was there. That's very. I'm not wearing it because I don't want to risk breaking it or losing it or anything. But I was so happy that I found that. I have another one that's a crucifix that's full of his ashes, but I gave that to my daughter because my oldest daughter was old enough to actually know him, you know. So she was really close to him. So when he passed, you know, I had the 2 things with his ashes, the crucifix and the guitar. I gave her the crucifix. I kept the guitar. because I'm a guitar player and I was inspired by him because he is a guitar player. So that was special. That's very special, for me. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get all funky. So anyway, let's see where we're at with the Little Chihuahua poll. News Now Chihuahua has 65%. I think that's big enough of a lead that we can end that there and move on to the second round of the semis. Let's get that ready. And what's crazy about this is News Now Chihuahua clearly is the winner of that one. But now in the next round, we're going to have News Now Tiny and My Tiny Life are going to be the two. So it is possible that News Now Chihuahua and News Now Tiny might be our final, but we don't know. We got to find out. But first of all, let's go ahead and get News Now Chihuahua highlighted so I know that that's the one. That one. That round. Okay. And now let's get ready for the final round of voting. All right. Here we go. Start a poll. I said, oh, wait. News Now Chihuahua and poll. Okay. Sorry, guys. When I'm in StreamYard, I have to do the polls through YouTube, so it's separate. So it's a little bit more of a pain, but it's all right. All right. So semifinal 2. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, don't you know? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. News Now Tiny versus My Tiny Life. Let's get that on there. Get that ready to go. News Now Tiny versus My Tiny Life. All right. Boom. There we go. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And remember, whichever this one is going to go against News Now Chihuahua for the final. Yes. All right. Fantastic Four annual number 3 was when Reed and Sue got married. That's right. Oh, thank you, Nightman's wife. I appreciate that. Oh, see, now I'm on YouTube, so I can't highlight it. There you go. Boom. Cool that you found the guitar. Very fitting. Yes. And I actually got his guitar. Like, you know what? While the next video is playing, I'll go grab it. I'll bring it out and I'll show you. Let's see. Vote for News Now Tiny. Yeah. All right. Persons cheering for News Now Tiny. Okay. So while we're waiting for that poll and while I go grab my dad's guitar so I could show you guys, let's go ahead and watch. How about Tones Overthinks It, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Round of applause for the one and only Tones. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out.
Too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. And welcome to another edition of TLDR. You guys remember the days where First Amendment auditors said it was all about holding the police and the government accountable, where the only targets of their videos were government facilities, public employees, or officials? And while indeed redressing your government by means of harassing them and then uploading it to YouTube for ad revenue is stupid, at the very least, the target of their videos were people who were required to respect and uphold their First Amendment rights. But lately, we've noticed a surge where First Amendment auditors are now targeting private citizens, whether it be out in public, in their own private businesses, and in some cases, even at their own homes. This has resulted in more extreme confrontations in which frauditors have been prepared to exercise violence against the other individual. And let's think about that for a second. How many frauditor videos have we seen where the frauditor in question has pepper sprayed a police officer or struck a government employee? The answer, of course, is none. None of them have ever done that. And then suddenly, as they start targeting private citizens on the streets, we see it happening more and more often. Now, First Amendment auditors like to claim that they've taken such measures in self-defense, though personally, if you are required to use weapons or excessive force against an individual who's unarmed, twice your age, or otherwise not really capable of injuring you, I consider that cowardly. But regardless of this, frauditors have seemed to develop more of a need to harass private citizens in their videos as it does lead to more interesting conflicts for the YouTube channels. And if these private citizens decide to request aid from law enforcement, they're expecting law enforcement to show up and tell them, well, they can't do anything about the frauditor. Strangely enough, it seems almost like frauditors have gone from disliking and distrusting the government because of their whole anti-constitutional rights to creating situations where they have to call upon the government to come protect them. And while I do find it hilariously ironic that the group famous for labeling people who trust law enforcement and seek law enforcement's aid as bootlickers are suddenly the ones more in demand for their services and goes crying to them for help very quickly, the main issue I have with frauditors going after private citizens is, what does this have to do with the First Amendment? Because as all of us know, the First Amendment protects you from the government. The government cannot suppress your free speech. They can't suppress your access to free press. They can't dictate what religion you practice. None of that. However, a private citizen, business, or organization is not beholden to that. A private citizen cannot violate your constitutional rights. So when frauditors decide to film private individuals out in public, and those people say they don't want to be filmed, technically them asking not to be filmed or demanding not to be filmed does not violate anyone's First Amendment right. Those people don't owe the frauditor anything. They don't have to respect the frauditor's rights any more than the frauditor technically doesn't have to respect their request. Now, sure, it's not required by law that you show empathy or common courtesy to your fellow man, but simply making the choice not to do so doesn't put you above anybody. It doesn't make you more free or more patriotic. In reality, it just makes you, in the eyes of society, a colossal asshole. So again, frauditors targeting private citizens and private businesses, anyone who's effectively not associated with the government, serves no purpose for the First Amendment. There is no First Amendment violation when these people object. The very thing that frauditors use as justification for their content goes out the freaking window. It's no longer about accountability. It's no longer about protecting rights. It's all about provoking a conflict with another person. And while some of these people like to say, oh, well, I'm not trying to do that, I actually would like people to be more respectful of one another. Okay, if that's the case, then the moment the other party takes exception to your actions or becomes hostile, why aren't you the party who decides to withdraw? Why aren't you the one who, just for the sake of diffusing the situation, simply apologizes, chooses to be the better man, ceases your actions, and moves on? Because your objective is not that people are courteous and respectful to each other, is that they're courteous and respectful to only you. Your actions, your going out there into the world of film, is purely self-serving. It offers nothing to the benefit of society. It doesn't educate people on their own rights. If anything, you seem to be educating them that they have less rights than you. So at the risk of sounding like a broken record, the plight of public photography and the First Amendment are not furthered by any of this. There is no constitutional argument. The very concept of a First Amendment audit of a private individual doesn't work. So once you have removed the constitutional arguments and the very subject of rights or free speech out of the equation, what are we left with? We're left with people who their sole purpose in this content is to go out and cause disruption in the lives of others. Now, personally, I think this is bad on two fronts. The first being the one I've obviously explained, that, yeah, you shouldn't be doing this to other people. I mean, if you're a normal human being with any sense of empathy or compassion, you wouldn't be doing this. Okay, the law shouldn't have to be written down to tell you not to be a dick. The other, however, is that frauditors don't realize what they're getting into. If you're going to go and harass law enforcement or public employees, you may be able to research and find written down the rules that they have to adhere to in terms of their conduct or limitations as to how they may respond to your behavior. The problem here is a private individual, because they're not the government and because they're not required to respect your First Amendment right, there are other things that aren't required of them. They don't have rules, they don't have policies, they don't have procedures, they don't have anything governing use of force, nothing that they have been trained and certified on that determines their eligibility to be in the position they are when you encounter them and preemptively influences how they're going to react. And while there indeed are laws those are really applicable only as consequences for their actions after the fact. You all have watched my channel and others long enough to know that sometimes a law doesn't really discourage someone from doing something stupid. So by targeting private individuals, frauditors are running the risk of encountering someone who will simply take the matter into their own hands. This whole pattern of going out, causing trouble, police showing up and not helping, the more frauditors are showing this apparent loophole that someone can go out and be a bully or commit a crime and not face any consequences. Society is watching. And it's not just with frauditors. I mean, pranksters, shoplifters, squatters, scam artists, sovereign citizens. People who have been wronged by them are going to start to think that the law is either powerless or otherwise inadequate to deal with them. And so they're going to deal with it themselves. And what a frauditor is going to do? They'll probably up the ante even more. Remember, these are people who think that the mere act of touching their camera warrants an act of self-defense by the discharge of non-lethal weapons and blunt force trauma. And we're already past the point where people are getting seriously hurt. So how much further does this have to go? How long before someone's life is irreparably changed or worse, ended? And for the frauditors to realize that they better just stick with targets that at least they know are trained and aware that they have to exercise some level of restraint. Because if you go off tap dancing into a minefield, sooner or later, you're going to step on one and it's going to blow up in your face, and you're not going to be around afterwards to whine about it. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see here and you want to see even more in the future, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section. I always love to read them. Till next time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Tones Overthinks It. Hey, JD's here. Since I'm not the only one, then I won't worry with it. Kind of flattering, I guess. Good morning, Tiny's mama. Oh, all right. Hey, welcome. Great to see you. Anyway, let's see where we're at with the poll. It looks like my tiny life is winning with 64%. So let's get the final going. Let's not waste any time and find out what the final's going to be. Oh boy, this is exciting. I love doing these polls. I miss this. We used to do polls every, I think it was every Tuesday when we were doing, or every Thursday. We would do the Thursday show, the Hez and Ray Make Your Day show. That was fun. We always had polls. All right, this is the final, guys. This is going to be it. Oh, man. My tiny life. All right. Dang nabbit, stupid computer. Cooperate with me, computer. All right. My Tiny Life versus News Now Chihuahua. This is it. Final round. All right, to see, again, News Now. News Now. Little Chihuahua Big World is thinking about changing her channel name. So we talked about it on Saturday. She was on the show, and we talked about what we thought might be a way to figure out what to do. She wanted to have you guys involved. So we came up with the idea of doing this elimination tournament. Whatever wins this one as the final is going to be, if we get more suggestions coming in from you guys, then we'll have another round where it'll be like the winners versus the winners to narrow it down. Or if this is it, this is it. But again, ultimately, it's her channel. It's up to her what she wants it to be. Anyway, while you guys are taking your time to look at that and get your votes in, this is usually the last segment of the show where we just hang out. Anyway, so what we're going to do now, because I was talking earlier about I went to the storage unit over the weekend and I found a bunch of stuff. I actually had this a couple weeks ago and I showed it once before, but this is my dad's old guitar, my dad's actual guitar. It's a classical guitar. It's a Jose Ramirez. I'm going to try to play this thing. I just started trying to learn how to play a classical guitar because it's completely different than electric guitar, which is what I normally do. So please don't crucify me if it sounds like garbage, or if you could even hear it, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, that's that. I don't know if you guys could even hear it. I don't have a microphone up to it. Metallica on this thing. I guess I could try it and see how it works on a classical guitar. Wait. I don't know, man. Yeah, heavy metal on a classical guitar is kind of funky. Florida Jim, you got me playing Metallica on my guitar right now. That's awesome. I have my electric guitars too and stuff, but was that Silent Lucidity? Sound is good. Not sure we should mention the guitarist. Yeah, right? Oh, wait, yeah, here. Let's see if we could get banned by the first song that was ever banned. Nice. Yes, I can play Rumble. I'm sorry, I wrote that. I've been working on this. I was writing too. That's it. Okay. I don't know. It's still a work in progress. Everyone play with me. Wait. Trying to remember how that goes. Okay. There you go. Which church my girls for the praise, I heard so good the door. Anyway, it's been a while since I've done all that stuff. Have a great one, Rash. I'm going to take care of business. All right, Jade, you do what you got to do. Play the Trooper. Come on, man. This is a classical guitar. You guys want me to play all these hardcore electric guitar songs? Charo, you're not. Yeah, right? This is all new to me. I mean, again, I got the electric guitar is different, but playing on a classical guitar, it's an entirely different instrument. I mean, it's got, like, the strings are made out of nylon. They're not made out of steel or nickel. Oh, man. Great stuff, though. Great stuff. I noticed the distance between the strings is further, too. So my fingers are used to, like a much, much smaller neck on an electric guitar. It's like my fingers are used to going to a certain place, and when I put them there, there's no string there. You're going to get copyright struck, right? Yeah, we could go with the copy strike. But yeah, man, having fun, having a good time, jamming, hanging out with you guys. Let's see where we're at with the voting for the final. At the moment, it looks like My Tiny Life, 83% of the vote. Oh, now it's down to 67. Whoa, wait a minute. Let's see, where are we at? How many people we got in here right now? We got 34 people in here. Is Charo still alive? I have no idea. All right. My Tiny Life, ladies and gentlemen, is the winner. My Tiny Life. All right. Yes, yes, yes. All right, little Chihuahua, do with that what you will. All right, round of applause for little Chihuahua. Big word. Because it's rigged. My Tiny Life is taken. Oh no, there's already a channel called My Tiny Life. Oh no. That means News Now Chihuahua wins by elimination. Round of applause. 3 cheers for News Now Chihuahua. All right, yes. Oh my goodness gracious me. That's awesome. I'm going to need to FOIA request all the information pertaining to this name change and your tally of the votes. That's awesome sandwich sauce. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Oh, man. Let's see if I can remember some of the other stuff I haven't played in a while. Dang nabbit. my drugs. Gonna try it out on you. Won't make you die. Gonna get you just a little bit sick. Ted Kennedy's, man. Oh, how did that one go? Mouth Breather by the Jesus Lizard. It's hard on a classical guitar to play that heavy metal stuff and punk rock and all that. It's wild. I haven't tried that before, actually. I got to get out my solid body electric for that stuff, but then I have to plug it in and amplify it through the computer. So I don't know. I haven't got all that stuff set up yet. Anyway, guys, that's all that. Plus the fact that if my dad heard me playing that stuff on his old classical guitar, he'd probably choke me, come back from the grave and choke me to death. So I'm going to go ahead and stop there. Tiny wants a cat to chew on. I can name that tune in 5 notes. There you go. We actually played that when my kids were here. My older son wanted to, because he's always like, Dad, you know music. Let me see how much you know music. So he went online and he found a name that tune kind of game. And he did it in segments. We did 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. And during that, he said that I scored best at 60s and 80s, which I was surprised. I thought I'd do better at 70s, but I guess when I thought about it, like as we were going through it and I was seeing it, like, I mean, even though I know like the Seals and Crofts, you know, and the Carpenters and all that kind of, there was that huge kind of light rock movement at the time that some of those were the ones that threw me off on the 70s ones, because I was more into, you know, like the Kiss and the Zeppelin and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But I did good enough. I mean, I didn't do bad in any of them. I only missed like 1 or 2. I think I missed 3. But the thing that really blew my son's mind was like he'd hit play and I'd name the song and he'd pause and he'd be, Dad, it still says 0.00 on the time thing. Like, how the heck did you already guess it? I'm like, hey, man, I know my music, brother. But I always said, and I got to give credit where credit's due, Ray found my weakness, because she used to do that to me all the time. Like, because me and Ray, we always used to hang out and talk, you know, even off the air. We were always hanging out, talking. And we'd always, music would always come up, and she'd always test me, and she found my weakness. Anything after the year 2000. 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You could go back to the, you know, even before that, old music, like from the 30s and 40s, classical music, jazz. I know it all, man. But you start hitting me with modern stuff, and I'm just like, the Backstreet what? And what? Think who? Huh? I don't know anything about it. Can you do it tomorrow and we could play along? Well, I don't know copyright-wise if that would work. Plus, I would have to have somebody else do it for me and then see, you know, test my knowledge. My daughters, in fact, yesterday when they came to pick up the boys, I was talking to my daughter for like 25 minutes. And she was like, yeah, Dad, yeah, you know. And after a while, I was looking at her and I noticed she had these tiny little earbuds in, like so small, I didn't even notice them. I'm like, are you listening to music right now and not even listening to me? She goes, yeah, K-pop. Gangnam Style. Katie Zed's here. Good morning, Katie Zed. Good to see you, as always. Yes. Oh, my goodness. We're just about wrapping it up. But I'm glad you came, as always. I was just showing off my dad's old classical guitar. Now that I'm back up here, I got it. And I was just, noodling around on it a little bit. You know. And then they're asking me to play all these heavy metal and rock and roll songs, but it's a classical guitar. It doesn't really work. But I'm a heavy metal maniac, baby, on the electric. When I get it plugged in with the distortion, forget about it. Fun stuff. Anyway, that's all that is. Having a good time, rocking and rolling and whatnot. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me once again this beautiful morning. Don't forget the Tuesday show is the fun hanging out show. So since we were talking about music and all that stuff, that'll be a great subject for tomorrow. Any other things you guys want to do with music, movies, or anything like that, that's the Tuesday show, is just hanging out. No Frauditor nonsense, none of the BS, because it gives you a headache after a while. Yeah. Anyway, guys, so far so good. We did the voting for the first round. The first finalist for the new name for the Little Chihuahua channel was News Now Chihuahua. It was going to be My Tiny Life, but that's already a channel, so we can't use that. So for now, we're going with News Now Chihuahua. We'll see where it goes from there. We'll have more rounds coming up in the future. If you guys have any other suggestions, or ideas of what she could change her channel name to, let us know in the comments, or you could email her or email me. Let us know what you think. Grand Funk Railroad. Oh, yeah. Awesome stuff. Have a great day, guys. Love you guys. You're the best fans in the world. And speaking of me playing guitar, here's my little song that I always play at the end and at the beginning. Song I wrote. Here's a little. Don't worry. Be happy. All right, guys. I love you guys. You're the best fan in the world. Thank you for joining me as always. Oh, yeah. I'm all shook up.
Thank you.